Well, good Wednesday morning. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in today. We finished our study yesterday of the 12 apostles. I hope you enjoyed that. I feel I learned a lot. I pray and hope that you did also. They are great men that I really appreciated for all they did. And I look forward to meeting them in heaven one day. I sure you do too. Hey, I said yesterday, we're going to just have fun the rest of the week. You know, it's been a while since Diane and I have traveled much. And so many of you have told me over the years that you enjoyed those shows the last trip, I think, was when we went to Texas for about a month. And we did our shows from down there and showed you a lot of the sights in Texas. Well, we're not traveling as much, but we did a couple of weeks ago take off for a week in Summerlin, Nevada. Now, Summerlin is a suburb of Las Vegas. It's between Vegas and the mountains, if you know that area at all. We really like it. The views of the mountains are fantastic. We often go up and tour around there. We've done some shows from up in Red Rock Canyon. But anyway, these three shows, I'm just going to show you some things that we did there and along the way. And especially that is true of today. Now, I want to first of all give you a verse for the day, and then I'll tell you why it's this verse. It comes from Philippians chapter 1 at verse 3. Paul is writing, and he says this: I thank my God every time I remember you. Why is that a verse for the day? Because here's what I want us to get out of that. Why do you think Paul thanks his God every time he remembers the Philippians? Does that seem to you like those are good memories for him? Of course they are. He helps start the church, the church that Jesus Christ is the head of in Philippi, many years prior to that. And those were good memories for him. And he appreciated each one of them. He liked them as people. He liked them as what they do in ministry. He remembered them and he thanks God. Memories are great. And I don't know if you post on Facebook. I don't do it very much, but I belong, and also Google Photos. Every now and then they send memories. Remember what you were doing 2 years ago, 5 years ago. And we appreciate those. Those companies know that memories are good. And I want us to think back and have some good thoughts and some memories today. As we were driving to Vegas on I-15, which we've done many, many times over the years. That used to be part of my sales territory, actually, when I was with Crayola. But that aside, all these years, there's been a diner on the side of the road called Peggy Sue Diner. And I never, ever stopped until this trip. I just said, I just want to see what that's about. So we pull off the freeway, go to Peggy Sue's Diner, and you can see the picture that I took of the outside. And it lived up to any expectations I might have had. And I went inside, and you look at this toy fire engine that I found. And sure enough, I had one just like that when I was a kid. Good memories. And then I stumbled across this picture of a drive-in. And I know it shows a couple, but most of my early memories are when I'd go to the drive-in with my parents. And I would fall asleep in the back seat. I think, looking back, I think that we probably we all could get in for one price, number one. And number two, they didn't have to get a babysitter. But at least it was good memories that I had. Hey, we're going to take just a pause here. And I want to show, I found thing on YouTube where a news channel 3, I think from San Diego, did a little talk and interview of the owner of Peggy Sue's Diner. Watch this.
Our next stop is at what may be the most popular diner between Nevada and California. The billboards point the way.
Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue, oh Peggy.
We were going to call it Blueberry Hill and Maybelline's, and a friend of ours said, well, your name is Peggy Sue, why don't you name it after yourself? I said, okay, yeah. So we did.
Meet Peggy Sue Gabler, a former theater and film actress turned restaurant mogul.
Hi guys, welcome to Peggy Sue's.
She purchased the diner back in 1986 and turned it into the attraction it is today. Tell me about the various rooms and what people will see when they come out.
Well, the original diner had 9 bar stools and 3 booths, and it was called the Dutch Maid, opened in the early 50s by a Dutch couple, and they sold pies in here.
Everything in her diner is as true to the 50s era as possible, from the food to the jukeboxes and decor to the soda fountain.
Full soda fountain and malt shop.
All right. Peggy says she always wanted her diner to be more than just a quick food stop, and that's why she added a dinosaur park. Make that dinosaur park for the kids. Most of her customers, she says, are repeats, and there's one phrase she likes to hear more than anything else.
We'll be back. So we say, see you later, alligator.
Peggy Sue, oh how my.
The place is actually a whole lot of fun as well, and you know, they have grown so much. They literally started with that one counter and those few booths. Now they have 8 rooms all together. They have an outdoor area that is actually quite expansive. They tell me they have about 70 employees all together, and the only day that they're closed throughout the year is Christmas Day.
Wasn't that interesting? And I know probably all of you, the next time you go driving on I-15, not just to Las Vegas, but on up to Utah or Idaho or wherever you're going up that way, probably going to stop and have a meal. And it's the typical, I know that even just watching that newscast, I want to get a fountain something next time. But anyway, the success of that place, I am convinced, is because it's nostalgia. It's good memories. We think back on good memories, and then we think, just like Paul, we ought to remember who gave us those. And it's really the Lord who gave us those good memories that you and I have. It's not an accident that we like to think about what? The good old days. The good old days. But, you know, I hope that 5 years from now, we'll look back on these years and we'll thank God that we got to do life and ministry together. I know I do. We just recently had our anniversary, 14-year anniversary at Saddleback Laguna Woods. And we did talk about memories and all the things that God has done in and through us. And it brings back, for me, great memories. And I hope you're building memories. You know, one of our goals with our children and grandchildren is to invest in memories. To think in terms of what will they think of when they think of their parents and grandparents, which is us. And I think that we ought to continue to try so that they'll always say, like Philippians 1:3, I thank my God every time I remember you. So today, that's just, I guess that's my thought for the day. I want to do like Paul. I want those that we leave behind when God calls us home to have good memories of us. And I don't know what that means. Maybe drop them a card if you don't see them or talk to them. Anything you do will build good memories for them. Well, I hope you enjoyed our first stop along the way. We're going to have 2 more this week. It's going to be a fun week. See you tomorrow.
O'er the sea of memory, I'm drifting